Remember those epic wars that dragged on for years, even decades? Why are today's conflicts brief, often over before we can even track them? Why are wars getting shorter? Is this a coincidence or fate of modern warfare? When we look back after the Second World War, the pattern begins to emerge. In 1967, the Six-Day War shocked the world with its speed. In less than a week, Israel had reshaped the map of the Middle East through lightning strikes and rapid maneuvering. 15 years later, the Falklands War between Britain and Argentina lasted just 74 days, a brief but decisive clash on a global stage. These conflicts raised a pressing question. Were they rare anomalies, or evidence that wars were evolving into shorter, more intense bursts of violence? Technology quickly began tilting the answer. Precision-guided munitions reduced the need for prolonged bombardments. Drones and artificial intelligence now allow militaries to identify, track, and eliminate targets in minutes rather than weeks. Real-time intelligence networks connect commanders to soldiers instantly, compressing decision-making cycles that once took days into seconds. The tempo of war has accelerated, with speed itself becoming a weapon. At the same time, new arenas of warfare have emerged. Cyber attacks can cripple infrastructure, disable communications, or destabilize economies without a single shot fired. Entire objectives, sabotaging an enemy's banking system, cutting power to a city, or disrupting supply chains, can be achieved invisibly, often in hours, eliminating the need for drawn-out campaigns. The 2007 cyber attack on Estonia, believed to be linked to Russia, paralyzed banking, media, and government systems for weeks, showing how non-kinetic strikes could accomplish in days what might once have required years of conflict. But the pace of war is also being shaped by economics. Modern wars are expensive in ways past generations never imagined. National budgets groan under the cost of advanced weaponry, logistics, and long deployments. Global economies, bound by supply chains stretching across continents, are hypersensitive to disruption. A prolonged war can send shockwaves through markets, affecting not just combatants, but the entire world. This is evident in the ongoing war in Ukraine. What was expected to be a quick Russian operation has dragged into years, bleeding resources, and destabilizing global food and energy markets, while also serving as a reminder that not all modern wars are short. Societal tolerance for war has shifted as well. In democratic nations, public patience for long conflicts and high casualties is rapidly diminishing. The Vietnam War, lasting almost 2 decades, collapsed in part due to public protests and political pressure. More recently, the US-led war in Afghanistan stretched for 20 years, becoming the longest war in American history and ending in a chaotic withdrawal under immense domestic pressure to finally end it. These examples contrast sharply with conflicts like the Gulf War of 1991, which was fought in less than 7 weeks, demonstrating how limited political objectives and overwhelming force can lead to decisive outcomes in short time frames. Strategies have adapted accordingly. Hybrid warfare, blending conventional combat with cyber strikes, disinformation, and economic pressure, leans toward decisive actions over prolonged attrition. Russia's annexation of Crimea in 2014 was achieved in mere weeks through a combination of unmarked soldiers, propaganda, and rapid military moves. Wars are no longer about unconditional surrender, but about achieving limited political objectives, often within days or months. Outsourcing to private military contractors further changes the equation, allowing states to wage operations quickly and with less political scrutiny. The role of groups like Wagner in Syria, Libya, and Ukraine demonstrates how conflicts can be fought in shadows, speeding operations while blurring accountability. In an interconnected world, global markets themselves act as a brake on escalation. Energy supplies, shipping lanes, and digital networks tie nations together so tightly that disruptions create immediate pressure to de-escalate. Short, sharp clashes that resolve quickly are easier to absorb than long wars that unravel the world's delicate economic balance. China's tensions over Taiwan, for instance, carry enormous global stakes, with semiconductor supply chains on the line, suggesting that any conflict there would trigger overwhelming international pressure to shorten or halt hostilities quickly. Yet the future is uncertain. We may be entering an era defined by flashpoint conflicts, sudden eruptions that demand immediate responses from the international community. India and Pakistan, S. 1999. Kargil War lasted just a few weeks under the shadow of nuclear escalation, demonstrating how modern rivalries can ignite and be forced to conclude rapidly. At the same time, prolonged struggles like Ukraine remind us that technology and globalization do not guarantee brevity when objectives are vast or ideologies entrenched. Will the trend towards shorter wars intensify? Or will new great power rivalries drag humanity back into drawn-out struggles of attrition? Wars may be shrinking in length, but their consequences are not. A short war fought with cyber weapons, drones, and precision strikes can have ripple effects lasting decades. As battles become more compressed, the danger is not that war disappears, but that it becomes more unpredictable. Perhaps the most unsettling question is this: if today's wars are shorter, does that make the world safer, or simply faster at finding new ways to destabilize itself?